Hello everyone, welcome to episode 94, I think it is, we're on right now. And I want this episode to be a little bit of a mix. We recently had D23, which gave us a lot of new content that Disney and Marvel are going to be bringing us in the near future. But I do want to talk a little bit about Marvel now too has taken its biggest shit with the latest release of She-Hulk. Now, as I've mentioned before, many have called me a sexist, a bigot, racist, everything in between, because I find that most of these shows to be absolute garbage. Mainly from the story writing, the cinematography, the acting. Let's be real, Marvel has a lot to do to fix the issues it currently has. Phase 4 has been nothing but an absolute joke. The only saving grace out of Phase 4 was Spider-Man No Way Home. That was a fantastic film. I think I did a review on it. Go check it out in some of my previous videos. We have had nothing but garbage since. Doctor Strange 2 was literally a second season of WandaVision. Thor, Love and Thunder, sweet mother of Christ. I don't know how that came to be greenlit and actually made into a film. Jesus fuck. And then if you have She-Hulk, we are pretty much all the way through this season of She-Hulk. I can't even describe the atrocity that this show is. The only reason I'm actually watching is because they did give us a sneak peek into Daredevil. The only disappointing news through D23, the good and the bad. Obviously, we are getting Daredevil again. And we're going to be getting the same character that we originally had back in the Netflix series if you watch that. That was truly some of the best writing, some of the best, just the way they filmed that show was something incredible. And if there was an Oscar for TV, which I think is Emmy or something, I don't know, that show deserves it. So with D23, we are going to be getting Daredevil Reborn or something like that. There's a title, you can look it up. So with the She-Hulk, there was a little snippet that he will be introduced in She-Hulk. So that's pretty much the only reason that we're watching this show right now, because holy fuck is this show fucking terrible. This show, if you've ever seen anything with Pauly Shore, feel lucky. Because that means that you've actually watched something that is worthy of watching something on television. To give you a basis, the last 2 episodes have been based off of She-Hulk creating a Tinder profile and She-Hulk going to a wedding to try and make it as if women should be married and love exists and stuff like that. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, that's this show. It is cringe. It is nothing but cringe the entire time that this show is on. Every episode, every scene. I actually think She-Hulk is an amazing character, and I thought you could do something incredible. You could take the Hulk, you could take She-Hulk, you could introduce new Avengers. You had so much material from the comic books that you could have made this something amazing. And what have you done? You've done nothing but take what society is now and you have completely trashed everything. You make the show entirely about how men are pigs. You make the show about how men are horrible. You make the show about how women are always better than men. We just want a good show. We don't give a fuck if it's a girl, a boy, whatever you want. We just want good writing. We want good storytelling. Ever since Endgame, Avengers Endgame, Phase 4, Marvel has they just don't seem to care. They don't seem to care about giving the fans what they want. Good story writing. And you know you can do it, Marvel. Look at the last 24 films, other than what I've already mentioned, Doctor Strange 2, Thor, yada yada. Ever since Endgame, it's as if you've just stopped giving a fuck about anybody but giving into the ways of society today. And it's sad, and I hope it changes. Phase 5, D23, we got a little snippet even of Wakanda Forever. With the trailer that we saw, this might again be a savior to hopefully almost give a, what is the paddles when somebody goes in cardiac arrest? Like, is this Marvel is in cardiac arrest right now? And I'm hoping that Wakanda Forever is that to get it back up and running. I really do hope that's the case. And I hope a lot of you others out there too feel the same way. I know I'm not the only one. I mean, look at the reviews from, some of my people I follow, the Nerdrotic geeks, and there's another show, I'll kind of maybe post it in the description. But you're taking the challenges we see every day in society, whether through social media, the news, the BS, it's all BS, let's be real. And you're incorporating it into these television shows. You need to stop. You really do. To these writers and directors that'll never see my videos ever, stop giving us shit. Because not only are we actually are paying for it. You know, your subscription services, maybe if you buy some of the merchandise, I sure as hell don't. You used to give us that joy and that love for these characters and these stories. And right now, you're not giving us anything other than more pain and sorrow, just based off of what you're portraying to the audience. Phase 5 will be the key to whether or not Marvel succeeds. Marvel is bleeding out right now, and we don't know if it could be saved. It's on life support. I know I'm not the only one who thinks that. So, things to look forward to with D23. We are going to get some more Santa Claus with Tim Allen. Very excited for that. We're going to get the Hocus Pocus 2. Willow is going to have his own series, which does look pretty good from a visual standpoint, and hopefully they continue the awesome that George Lucas created way back in the 1980s now. So there is some great stuff coming from, what we saw at D23. But again, it's all going to come down to the writing and how they portray these stories. Hopefully these stories are portrayed the way they used to make us fall in love with these characters, the way they used to make us fall in love with these stories. Please, Marvel, Disney, get your shit together for your fans, for the love of God, please. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Please, if you would be ever so kind, go ahead, throw me a subscribe right down below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you liked this video. If you didn't, tell me why in the comments. I probably won't read it, but damn it if it doesn't help the algorithm or something, because anyway, I appreciate y'all watching, and we will see you all next time. Later, y'all. Okay, so for real, just to show you how bad She-Hulk is, the Tinder episode, it really is showing the hypocrisy of, they're obviously bashing men all the time about how men are only about looks and men are only about, they're meatheads and they don't have smart or intelligence, yada, yada, yada. What do you know? Whenever she creates her Tinder profile, She-Hulk, when she creates it as the She-Hulk, she gets more attention. And that attention is what she loves the most, because that's where she gets most action. Whenever she's herself, she doesn't get any action and nobody pays attention. So what do you know? They even admit in the show that when you're better looking, you get more attention. That's called hypocrisy.